was a roller coaster today. Eric and I were on the phones early this morning. We were trying to figure out a solution. We were very close, but on a big fight like this, you never know. Unless you have everything agreed, it's not going to happen. And, you know, Triple G stuck with his principles, and he wanted, as a respect for the champion, he wanted to have what he was asking for, and Canelo was on his side. But, you know, 12 o'clock, noon today, it wasn't going to happen. I was very frustrated, disappointed, really. We were already making calls to put a fight together with Triple G and Billy Joe Saunders with the unification fight. And about an hour later, Eric called back, and they were already going in the direction of Danny Jacobs. But Eric called back and had a new suggestion. Said, what do you think about this? You think Triple G will go with this? And I said, that might work. Let me ask him. And then within about 10 minutes, Triple G said yes. As soon as they met what he was asking for, then he was okay with it. He always wanted the fight. And it's a great fight for Canelo. Canelo gets the opportunity to win the titles from Triple G that we've worked so hard to get. And Gennady gets the opportunity to be involved in one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. So both guys are great. You know, at that level, they're great warriors, and it's going to be a lot of fireworks for September 15th.
You feel there's finally a fair deal?
Yeah, I think it's finally a fair deal. I have to give Gennady a lot of respect. He stood on his principles. You know, there's a lot of money involved. I was getting nervous. I'm like, Gennady, it's a lot of money. He said, I don't care. He's like, if they don't agree, I'm just going to go and I'm going to fight Billy Joe Saunders. We'll fight for a unification fight. That's a big fight too, but it's just not on the same level as a Triple G and a Canelo fight for both guys. So I really think that the boxing fans are the ones that won in this situation. September 15th, it's going to be an international sporting event. It's not going to be a boxing match. It's really going to be an international sporting event where people are going to fly in from all over the world and be in Las Vegas. So everyone's excited about it, and we're really looking forward to that fight.
There was supposedly that Oscar had a problem with Triple G, and that he wanted 50-50 of the revenue share, and Oscar said that was too much money. How do you? I mean, is that true about that?
Well, you know, Gennady made a lot of concessions for the first fight just to get Canelo in the ring. If you remember, he vacated the WBC title not to fight Triple G. So at that point, he wasn't obligated, without the title, he wasn't obligated to fight Triple G. So the first fight, Triple G made a lot of concessions. For the rematch, he made concessions. When Canelo got suspended and the fight got canceled, Triple G was very frustrated and said, okay, if he wants to fight me, I'm the champion. It needs to be a 50-50 split. Then as it kept going, he said, you know what, if Canelo really wants to fight, I'll give him his extra 5% so that he feels like he's the A side. Even though I'm the champion, he'll feel like he's the A side. There'll be no excuses that we can make the fight. Then we were getting closer and closer, but we still didn't have a deal. So what Oscar said is true. I don't think they would have ever made a fight at 50-50. But at the same time, Gennady got what he was asking for at the end. So I think it's fair for both sides. You know, it really is up to Canelo where he's going to train. It's probably better when he trains in California. There's less risk of, you know, whatever he eats down in Mexico. But it's really up to him where he feels that he can be the best prepared. He's got a great trainers with Chepo Reynoso and Eddie Reynoso, and Triple G has great, you know, a great trainer with Abel Sanchez. So Triple G always trains in the same location, Big Bear, California. He likes it up there. He likes the altitude, and so I'm sure Canelo's going to be in the best training environment that he has. And Canelo actually this time is predicting a knockout. So even though the first fight was exciting, the second fight should be even more exciting with Canelo coming forward. And if he's going to try to knock out Triple G, he's got to be more aggressive. And if Gennady's more aggressive, I think the fans are in for a great fight on the 15th.
Is there something that you and Triple G are not happy about regarding the fight?
No, now that we finally came to an agreement, everyone's happy. Gennady's always wanted the fight. He's wanted to show, he felt he won the first fight. for the rematch, he wants to be even more dominant. So there's absolutely no question. Canelo says he's going to go for a knockout. I think Triple G doesn't want it to go to the judge's hands, and I think Triple G is really going to do everything he can to make sure that there's no question who wins September 15th.
Okay. Is there any a message that you want to send for the boxing fans?
Well, we just really appreciate the fan support. Without the fans, events like this wouldn't be possible. They're the lifeblood of the sport. Triple G is a great ambassador for the sport of boxing. He's a great champion. But it takes two great warriors to make a big fight like this. And so when you have a Canelo with a huge fan base, Triple G has a huge fan base, you put them together, that's what creates this type of mega event. So we're looking forward to seeing all the fans September 15th. We want to thank our sponsors. Tecate is the main sponsor. MGM Resorts is going to be the host hotel. Hennessy is an official sponsor for the fight. Chivas and Hublot are Triple G sponsors. So we want to thank everyone, HBO Boxing, naturally, HBO Pay-Per-View, and we just the message is don't miss the fight September 15th.
When is Golovkin starting his training in?
He's going to start July 1st or beginning of July. He's right now at the opening ceremonies for the World Cup in Moscow. He got invited by Hublot. They just made a new Triple G edition watch, so he's the honorary guest there. It's a great invitation for him. That's another huge event, but as soon as he gets back, he'll start his training camp at the beginning of July, and then hopefully it's smooth sailing until September 15th.
How do you feel that the boxing fans who are Mexicans are going for Golovkin?
Look, Gennady has a lot of respect for his fans that are from Mexico. He tries to fight in the style that they like, that they enjoy. He's always aggressive, always providing entertainment in the ring. He doesn't want to be in a boring fight. Abel Sanchez is born in Mexico, and he trains him to be entertaining, and I think that's why the Mexican fans support him and also respect him, just because the way he respects the sport of boxing, the way he respects his opponents, and the way he respects his fans. And it's what's not to like about Triple G.
He loses, if Canelo loses, or if Gennady wins, then there's going to be that fight, that unification fight, right?
Well, Gennady's always wanted to unify the titles. That would be another dream of his. He's 100% focused on Canelo. It's my job to look forward. If there's a way to make the fight with Canelo, with another champion, with Billy Joe Saunders, then we'd like to do that. We have respect for Saunders because he actually agreed to the fight. If the Canelo fight didn't happen, and I told Frank Warren, that was a priority, but if it didn't happen, we wanted to do the fight with Billy Joe Saunders, and they had agreed, and that fight was there. If the fight with Canelo didn't happen, we were going to do that fight. And luckily, I think for the fans, that's a great fight too, a unification fight between two undefeated champions, but with the fight with Canelo, it's just on a bigger level, and that was the priority for Triple G at this point.
So there's going to continue testing, and there's, about the judge who was there last year. You guys are, she's not going to be there, right?
No, she won't be involved in this fight. Really, I don't think in any other Triple G fights. He doesn't really like his style. She doesn't like the style for some reason. So, but the testing is not a problem. Both guys are undergoing a lot of testing right now. So that's not an issue. That was a requirement from the Triple G side, but the Nevada Commission actually required continued testing from Canelo, and he voluntarily signed up for the VADA testing. So there's no concern on the testing for this fight.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add, or anything that we might miss? I
just think that this is going to be a huge sporting event September 15th. It's going to be great for the fans. We look forward to all the fans coming out, supporting the event, supporting both guys, and may the best man win. And I think you'll see an exciting fight September 15th.
Is it hard to convince Triple G for the fight?
Once we were at that point where what he was asking for, then he agreed. He said he would have signed a month ago had they met his what he was looking for, what he felt out of respect, and he would have signed a long time ago. Now it came down to the deadline, and we worked out a solution. So he's happy with the fight.
How did you guys work that out, if you don't mind me asking?
We can't get into the details, but with both guys, it's the biggest fight for both guys. Both guys are going to make a lot of money, and they're going to put on a great show for the fans.
So he's going to take 45%? That's what you mentioned before?
It's one of those situations where the agreement with Golden Boy was that we weren't going to discuss the percentage split, but Gennady's happy with the way it worked out.